Just moments ago, the Senate passed a package of 4 bills to provide billions in foreign aid to Ukraine, Israel, and Taiwan. Those bills are now headed to President Joe Biden's desk for his signature. They received bipartisan support tonight, but this final passage only happened because House Democrats bailed out Republican Speaker Mike Johnson last weekend. Joining me now to talk about all that is Claire McCaskill, former U.S. Senator from the great state of Missouri. Claire, thank you for joining me here. And I kind of wonder, is this a moment? I mean, there have been a lot of conflicting headlines about who deserves credit here. Quite obviously, Democrats do for bailing out the Republican Speaker of the House and members of his own party, getting it through the Rules Committee and out of the House. But do you think Mike Johnson deserves credit? Does he get a gold star for bucking the hardliners in the Republican conference?
I may choke a little when I say this. But yeah, probably. He got the high-level intel briefings. He listened to the commanders. I think he spent some time talking with people in Europe who he knows are our allies. And I think he figured out that he didn't want to be with Putin at this moment. He didn't want to be the American who allowed Putin to roll over a democracy. And that it was very dangerous for our country and would end up costing our country even more, not just in money, but maybe even in lives sacrificed in a much bigger and broader conflict. So, yeah, he gets a gold star, but there's gold stars other places. I got to give kind of a gold star. I'm going to choke again to Mitch McConnell because he didn't give up. He actually got more Republicans to vote for the Ukraine aid tonight than he did back in February. He got the majority of his caucus tonight. He did not get them back in February. And frankly, Chuck Schumer is not getting enough credit for keeping, he has the same margin, Alex, as the Republicans have in the House.
Yes.
He only has 51.
He only has a margin. So important to point that out. Well, that's how one party manages a one-seat majority.
Exactly. And look how many times he's kept the Democrats together when it really mattered. And we have a lot of different opinions in our party right now, especially when it comes to the conflict, the horrific war in Gaza right now. So, I think the leaders writ large in Congress get gold stars tonight, even though I grudgingly give it out to Mitch McConnell and Mike Johnson.
Well, listen, I don't think you're wrong to be begrudging in your gold star distribution, just because it feels like Johnson's desire to pass this Ukraine aid bill was based on intelligence and sort of a substantive, a real feeling about the preservation of democracy. And yet it's hard to imagine that he's really making that case to his party as the war in Ukraine goes on, or as he talks about the sort of general foreign policy position of the Republican Party. I mean, it doesn't feel like he's going to use this as a moment to lead and to bring his party back from the hinterlands of isolationism, when quite clearly he believes that's what's necessary for the betterment of the global order.
Yeah, but contrast him with who I think needs a dunce cap in the corner. Like put this in your pipe and smoke it. Marco Rubio voted no today. Marco Rubio is the ranking member of the Intelligence Committee in the United States Senate. Nobody has more intelligence than Marco Rubio, but he doesn't have the intelligence to go with it or the backbone. So it is really interesting that he is siding with Trump in this, even though he knows better. And so did another 16 or 17 Republicans in the Senate and a whole boatload of them in the House. So this is really about, are you with Trump and Putin, or are you with really national security and protecting democracies and freedom across the globe?
Are you drawing a larger inference about what this might suggest in terms of House leadership? I mean, do you think that this means Mike Johnson's ready to do deals with moderate Democrats and sort of move things forward here, or is this a one-time thing?
Well, I don't know. I don't think much will move now. I mean, he's still got to keep the government funded. And so that might be another power move he's going to have to try to make. I think he knows he is on very, very thin ice right now, because the far right crazy caucus is so angry. But, it could be worse. He could be running for the Senate in Arizona and not even know how he feels about an issue that I think doesn't lend itself to flip-flopping very easily. And that is our star out in Arizona, Carrie Lake, who can't decide who she is or why she's running.
Yeah, well, I feel like her inability to take a position on this is so exemplary of a party that really knows better, but is not listening to they're not listening to their brains, they're not listening to their better angels, and they're not listening to the information.
They're listening to the loudest voices. She flipped again because the loud voices are screaming at her. You cannot be against this bill from the 1800s. You must be for this bill. And, you know, the bill isn't even in effect yet. It will be in come summer, it will be. And local prosecutors still have the ability to bring cases. So she's not even accurate when she says that it can't be enforced or won't be enforced. What she is somebody who thinks if she talks really, I mean, she's so telegenic and she's got that flawless makeup and she gets the really soft shots and she says it all so clearly. She actually believes that people will buy whatever she's selling, and they don't see that she has no principle on this issue. And there's one thing that people hate more than somebody who disagrees with them on an issue like this. That's someone who has no principles on an issue like this. She loses votes from both sides.
I'll just say, I think you're telegenic and I love your shot. And I can see a cake in the background, which makes me love it.
Oh, it's scones. It's scones. It's
even
blueberry scones. I'd get you a cup of hot tea if you were here and we'd have a scone.
I mean, give me the ticket. Claire McCaskill, thank you for joining. Thank you and your blueberry scones for joining me tonight for some real talk. I appreciate it.